So my son's friend came by yesterday and he was telling me how he wanted me to replace his control arm. He was like, yeah, I just need my control arm replaced. And he started to talk and he was like, yeah, I was in a little accident. And I said, well, maybe you might need an axle too, because I think he said his tire was kind of like drooping over to the side. And he was like, no, I just need a control arm. He was like, well, yeah, I was like in a little accident. And then he mentioned something about his frame. Someone told him his frame was bent. So I was like, well, And I was like, well, at this point, why don't you just use your insurance? I said, what year is your car? He said, it's a 2024. And I had to think a minute, because I was like, 2020 is 20. It's like the car is like not even a year old. Chevy Trax, I think he said. And then he was telling me about how what else did he say? I said, well, he wanted to get it towed over to my house. I was like, no, we can, I don't have to go take a look at it. And then he was telling me the story about how, yeah, he was driving it. He was like, yeah, the steering, sometimes when I drive the steering, it just pulls to the left for no reason. I was like, well, he's like, yeah, what had happened was I was driving on the highway and I got a flat tire. So, I was only like a couple miles, I was real close to home, a couple miles from home. So I thought, well, I was just going to drive on the flat tire to the home. But the police officer pulled me over, and he said that the police officer, had the audacity to make him change his tire out to a spare tire. I mean, go figure that. Why would the police officer want to do that? Anyways, he said, well, he got the spare tire on and he was driving, and he was like a couple miles from home and the spare tire went flat. And he said that, you know what, I'm only a couple miles from home. I might as well just see if I can drive the rest of the way on a flat spare tire. So this is where this whole video came about. Guys, your spare tire is usually up underneath here, okay? Hopefully you guys spare tire. But some points about a spare tire. I mean, periodically, you should check the air pressure. And the air pressure, what it should be set at is usually on the spare tire, right? And you have to look around, and if you can't find it, see there, this one says I think 50 psi. If you can't find a pressure, look for a number that has psi by it, okay? Not kPa, but look for a number that has PS. And you see that 60 psi. So you should try to keep the spare tire around 60 psi. If in doubt, at least make it 50. And this is just for a regular spare tire. Okay, and you should periodically check the pressure, maybe once a month. Or when you get your oil change, that's a good time. When you get your oil change, make it a priority to check your spare tire if it's in an accessible place. If it's up underneath the car, then you may want to get a simple air compressor. I don't have one. No, you know what? I think I do have one. These are like $20. And you can put them up underneath, store them in your car. Okay, something like this. Walmart, I think this was $20. Keep this in your car. So just in case you get a flat tire and your spare is low on pressure, you can set this to 50 and it will automatically pump up. So you should at least, hey, next time you have $20, instead of giving that to the weed man, it might be a good idea to give this to give it to Walmart. Keep one of those in your car for safekeeping. Yeah, safekeeping. Okay, so where were we at? Spare tires. So that's the first important point with spare tire. The second important point, and I don't know, I see this over and over and over again. Your spare tire has a maximum speed, and usually it's around 50 miles per hour. Guys, can't be doing 50, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour on a spare tire. You can, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Keep your speed around 50 miles per hour and try to get your tire replaced as soon as possible. And make sure you got the tubes to change your flat tire. So that includes a jack and something to remove your tire with. That little scissor right there, you know, the little scissor ones, you can get those at Walmart. And I probably have to pull that out. When I know what I'm talking about. There. You can get that at Walmart, okay? Just look for the size. The size is usually written right there. You can get those at Walmart. If Auto Parts Store too, just have them, hey, I need one of those things. Show them the video and they should be able to help you out. Or you can pick one up at Walmart. One of the sizes should work for your car. But yeah, 3 things about spare tire. 1, the pressure goes down, so you should always check on that pressure. If not, carry a pressure thing with you, a pump with you. Number two, guys, number 2. What was number 2? Number 2 is speed. Do not exceed 50 miles per hour. 50, 55 max. You cannot treat a spare tire like your car has a regular tire. And 3, if your spare tire goes flat, you got to pull over. The guy, he kept going on his flat spare tire, and now he says out of the blue, for no reason at all, his steering wants to pull straight to the left. I don't know what caused it, but that's what it wants to do. So yeah, spare tire.